Hello, hello. I am Alicia Richard, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the ultimate place where I talk about locks, life, and the Lord. So, if any of those topics resonate with you, then make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll never miss out on any amazing. In today's video, I will be talking all about what they don't tell you about side hustles. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, and I do have my notes so that I can make sure that I can refer to them, okay? So if you see me looking down or something like that, yeah, I'm looking at my notes. So you all know that I have like multiple side hustles, right? I have been a photographer. In 2026. It will be 15 years since I've been a photographer. I know how to do sister lock. So I am a sister lock trainee. Besides from being a sister lock trainee, I am also a drummer as well. And then every now and then I get a little income from Facebook. So this video is talking all about how in the world I am able to manage these things and what people really don't tell you about having side hustles and multiple streams of income. So in this video, I am not bragging at all because it's a lot. And then when you add on being a wife, being a mom in graduate school, working 9 to 5, it's really a lot. So I'll have some more videos talking about those things. However, as you all have been able to witness and see that I have multiple side hustles. So I am doing things all of the time. So the things that I'm going to talk about is going to be kind of like in a roller coaster ride. Like I'm going to talk about the ups and the downs of having side hustles and think about all of the things that you do in your life. And maybe some of the things that we do are similar to each other. However, if anything about this video resonates with you, I just want you to just be like, you know what? You talking to me, okay? You are talking to me. Okay. So the different things that I am going to talk about is exhaustion. That's the downside of having multiple side hustles, or even if you want to say multiple streams of income, because I do get money from everything that I do with the exception of YouTube, and I'm working on that too. However, the exhaustion that comes with that, when I tell you that a lot of days I am tired, like I am tired, right? Keeping up with everyone, keeping up with everything, keeping up with appointments that scheduled, times when I do my sister locks and then times when I do my photos. So this is how things normally go. When I do sister locks, I normally do my clients like first thing on Saturday morning. Mind you, now I have worked all week basically from 9 to 5, and sometimes I travel. So when I do my sister locks, my first client is sometimes at like 6:30 in the morning is when I wake up. And then I normally, sometimes I have a break. Like sometimes I'll do one client or two clients in the morning, then I'll have a break, and then I would normally have like a wedding or an event, a birthday party or something in the afternoon. So it's really exhausting, right? Just having phone calls that I manage, text messages, inquiries, where I'm going, how long I'm going to be there, setting up the babysitters because I need someone to take care of my 1 year old and I have a 13-year-old. So, really, just that mental exhaustion is very, very real. It's very real. So when you do have multiple streams of income and side hustles, you definitely have to streamline it appropriately and be a little more strategic because of the businesses that I have. They are service-based businesses. So that means that I need to be there. However, right now I am transitioning or attempting to transition where I am making the money and I don't have to be there all of the time. However, regardless of how you may put it, I'm exhausted sometimes, like really, really exhausted, right? So a lot of times, sometimes I find myself like missing messages or missing phone calls because I'm exhausted. I've also seen sometimes where like I'm a little short tempered, a little anxious. I feel a little anxiety sometimes. Really that tiredness that is there because a lot of days I do Like a lot of months, sometimes I work like 7 days a week, and then it just depends, right? So right now I'm trying to be way more strategic on how I am scheduling. So if you have those multiple streams of income specifically for service-based business, watch out for the exhaustion, because the exhaustion is real, especially if you travel and all of that, right? The next thing that I totally love about having these multiple streams of income is the money. So of course we know that's the upside. However, with my bills, and I'm just being transparent right now, like I've accumulated like a lot of bills, right? So it's really just being careful about the money that you make and what you do with your money, right? So the upside is I love making money. I love the way the money feels in my hand. I love when the money is handed to me. I love when I see the deposits in that cash app go off. Okay. I love making that money. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it that I'm able to go out to eat. And really that's where a lot of my money go. But we ain't even gonna talk about that. But the freedom and the things that I am able to do with the money is very, very good, right? So the money part is good. I love when it goes into my bank account. I love when I can like open up my wallet and I can see a little change, right? So when the pastor asks for, now if he asking for some big bucks, I don't got the big bucks, but I can give you $20. I can give you about $40 on top of my tithes. Okay. So the money that I am making, I really do enjoy like making the money. I enjoy like using my money for different things that are needed, right? So having the additional streams of income, the money is good. The money is good. And also, I like it where I could kind of just schedule like what I want, right? So I really determine, now this isn't on my notes, but for the most part, if you are having like different side hustles, it's almost like I determine how much money I make a month. So if I respond to people a little faster, then of course I can make more money. However, with my sister locks, I have like a baseline of clientele. So right now I'm managing about 3 clients, sometimes 4 clients a month. So, you could do the calculations of how much money that actually brings me. So I do enjoy having that stream of income of about 4 people. And then on top of that, then I would do like my photography and my gigs and stuff like that. So just making money is really, really good. Like just little change, like, just here and there. So I do like that part of making the money. The downside about making the money is having to do mental switches all of the time. So say for instance, in like people will text you like, or with me, like people normally text me when I'm like driving. Sometimes they text me, I'm at work, and I'm like, dang, like I can't text you right now. I can text you when I finish work. So a lot of times it's that mental switch, right? Especially like for the moment, like if I'm really like in the part of being a wife, talking with my family, changing the diapers, and then I may get a text message, hey, can you do this? Or you know what I'm saying? So really that mental switch from mommy to wife to photographer to hairstylist, it does take a lot of my mental capacity, right? So I know that sometimes not just as my body of being exhausted, but a lot of times like mentally I'm exhausted because I have to switch between like so many different things, not even including work. So a lot of times I do feel like that strain. So this is what a lot of people don't talk about. Like when you are doing multiple things, different businesses, multi-passionate, whatever, like it is a mental switch that you have to turn on and turn off. And the thing about it is I've been doing it for so long until it's like, all right, well, you know what? I'm a photographer right now. By in a couple hours, I'm gonna be a hairstylist, and then after that, I'm gonna do all my mommy duties and all my wifely duties. Like, so it's I'm a Gemini, so I just switch on and off. Like whatever role I gotta play today, that's just what I'm gonna do, right? So that mental switch that is there, like just be mindful of that mental switch, and just as like you are carrying on those roles, that also impacts your mood as well, because sometimes like baby's crying, right? So that brings a level of not only am I in mommy mode, but now I am responding to my son's stress, right? So then that brings another level of how I'm feeling. You get what I'm saying? So just be careful when you do have like those multiple streams and just doing different things, how you are also keeping your mental in place as well, right? All right. So also, when I'm talking about it, the upside is I also love to expand my brain. I like to expand my knowledge, my awareness, and that is really one thing about being like a multi-passionate person, right? I really feel accomplished when I do hair because that is a thing of helping someone, right? So the way that it makes me feel is like that fulfillment, right? Because when I go to an event, I love to see people dancing, having a good time. When I go to a intimate wedding, I love to feel that love between the bride and the groom. Like that energy exchange is something that is phenomenal. You know, like seeing people at their best, right? When I go, I'm seeing a bride, she's walking down the aisle, she looks beautiful, she feels confident, she's marrying the man of her dreams. So that makes me fulfill. So that's why I do continue to do photography, is because I love the way that it makes me feel. I love how I am posing people, how I am engaging with people. So it's that energy exchange that I totally thrive off of. So yeah, that energy exchange is phenomenal, right? So I love to just feel the love of people around me. So that's one of the reasons why I continue to do it, and it makes me feel like I'm in the zone. Like when I'm taking pictures, like a lot of times, and this is how you know when you're doing something that you totally love, is because you lose track of time. It's like, what time is it? I don't even know. Like, so sometimes I would say that a session is supposed to be like an hour, but by the time I finish, it's like an hour and a half, and I'm like, dang, like, so it's really just losing myself in a positive way to things that I love. So that fulfillment that comes from photography, although like sometimes I don't feel like doing it all of the time because I'm doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? However, though, if I could paint like my ultimate life, I probably, respectfully, this is what I'm saying, I probably would quit my 9 to 5 and I would do like photography and creative work. That's probably like my ultimate thing that I would honestly do, like a different type of business, you know? So anyway, that's in the future. But I feel proud of myself when I am able to do these things because it expands my brain, right? So, and it's using different parts of my brain. So my 9 to 5 job uses the left side of my brain, right? That analytical side, the side that has to know policy, the side that has to answer questions. But a lot of times when I'm doing hair, or even when I'm doing photography, or even doing videos and editing videos for YouTube, I'm using that right side. And I love to use the right side of my brain because that's where I'm creative. I smile, like I'm smiling. I'm really just in the moment. So those are the roller coasters that you actually go through when you have multiple side hustles. For me, these are my examples, right, of how I feel. So again, the exhaustion, that's there, the money is good, the mental switches, and also the fulfillment that's there. And then once you have seen that, wow, like I'm doing all of these things, make sure that you get like some sort of coach or a therapist or someone that you could talk to when that exhaustion hits, because it's not healthy. Like if you feeling exhausted, like a lot of times it kind of just like tampers off into your relationships. It impacts how you are operating as a mom. It impacts how you are operating for yourself. So just be mindful that even though you may have different side hustles, you also need someone that is there to kind of just help you to sort through your feelings when you do feel overwhelmed. So when I feel like I'm getting myself to that point, I'm like, oh wait, I need to talk to a therapist because I'm getting anxious or I'm feeling exhausted or tired. So that is something that people do not talk about. When you're doing all of these things, make sure that you have someone or something that keeps you grounded in the process. When I talk to my husband definitely keeps me grounded, right? He's like, Leisha, you thinking too much, right? So he really keeps me calm. So I love that about him, where he's able to keep me grounded, right? So besides from him, make sure that you have a support system that is there for you, and also someone to let you know, wait a minute, sis, like you're going a little bit too far, or maybe you need to reassess or rethink some things before you take action. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is my talk about the things that they don't tell you about the different side hustles, and especially being a multi-passionate person. If you relate with any of the things that I talk about, please make sure that you leave a comment below and say, girl, that is me. So I will talk to you later, and thank you so much for viewing this video, and make sure that you subscribe. Bye bye.